Hello, Serendipity students. Miss Carla here. Today, we're going to be having some fun making volcanoes. So, you can make a volcano at your house with some very simple ingredients. The first ingredient you need is baking soda. The second ingredient that you need is white vinegar. And I also add some things to my volcanoes. I like to use some liquid watercolor, orange. I like to use orange. And I like to add some glitter also to my volcano to make it look exciting. Now there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can make a volcano. One of the first and easiest things is you need to decide what kind of container you want to put it in. Usually something on the small side. I've chosen this little glass here, and I've chosen this one with a stem so it pokes up high and you can see it. It's a little more dramatic when the volcano lava comes down. And I've got some old pie tins here that I save for doing arts and crafts with. But we're going to start right here. I'm going to show you two different ways to do it, okay? And the first one is it's kind of an unrestricted volcano. I'm going to just put the stuff in the glass and we're going to see what happens. So I've got my baking soda here. You don't have to measure it. Just dump it in. And next I'm going to put in the watercolor. If you don't have watercolor, that's fine. If you have food coloring, you could dump in some red and add a little yellow. Otherwise your volcano looks like it's pink. But if you want a pink volcano, that's fine too. You can make your volcano any color you want it. I'm going to throw some glitter in there. And I've got a skewer. I'm going to stir it up. And I got everything all kind of bunched up. In this little cup, I've got my white vinegar. Now I'm going to get a little closer here so you can really see what happens. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to pour the white vinegar in. And you can see it really bubbling up. But here's the fun part. I'm going to just move my computer keyboard in case I spill on it. I don't want that to happen. Is after you pour the first bit of the vinegar in the glass, you stir it up a little bit and you pour again, and it's a lot more exciting. Whoa! And look at all that glitter in there too. It really foams up. That was a huge volcano. But what if I want to make it a little bit more exciting? What if I want the volcano to really shoot up instead of just overflowing from the glass? Well, the first thing is you need to find some way to build up pressure. Because if you build up pressure, then the liquid that's coming out will shoot up higher. So I've got another glass, but this time I have a piece of cellophane, and you can see I cut a little hole in it. I reinforced it with some packing tape, and I cut this little tiny diamond-shaped hole, just because it was easy to do. I could cut a circle, it doesn't matter. I just folded it in half, cut that little triangle shape. I have this square. I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm putting in my baking soda. It's a lot of baking soda in there. I want it to be nice and orange. Putting in my watercolor and my glitter because I want it to be sparkly too. Now, I'm going to stir this up. But the difference this time is I'm going to have it build up pressure, which means it's going to have a smaller hole to shoot out of. Okay, before it had the big hole, it had the opening of the wine glass. Now it's only going to have a small hole. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay it on top of the glass. And you could do this with a small jar, but it has to be kind of a small container. See how this wine glass is not very big? You don't want to take like a big vase or something because it's going to lose all of that buildup by the time it reaches the top if you've got it in something really big. You need it in something small. And I want to make sure that I've got this rubber band tight around the top of it so it doesn't pop off. So I'm going to put it around once and pull it tight. Kind of hard to do. I did it better this morning. And twice. So now I've got it twice around the top of the glass. And I'm going to pull this down tight. Make sure it's really on. I don't want anything shooting out. I got this one little piece here that I'm worried about. There. I think I've got it now. Perfect. It's on very tight. Now, it's easier if you've got a small cup to pour from. That's why I have these little paper cups like we have at school. And I've bent it, I've pinched it, so it has like a little tiny pour spout because I want it to get in here. Now remember, the first time this comes out, it's not going to be as good as the second time. The second time is really the exciting one. But let's hear, I'm going to turn it so that the markings on the wine glass go this way so that you can really see what's going on in here. I like to always do a volcano in a clear container so you can see the chemical reaction as it happens. Here we go. You can see it's bubbling out. It's pretty cool, but not too exciting. We're just getting it started here. Use my trusty skewer to break things up in here. Get a little more vinegar. And this is going to be the good one. Are you ready? I'm going to hold it close so that you can see. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, go. Whoa! That really shot up far. Did you see that? Oh my goodness, that was a good one. I bet we can get one more quick one out of this one. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Very nice. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this volcano experiment, and I hope you have fun making volcanoes of your own. You should be able to find what you need right in your own house. Experiment with different size containers, different size openings at the top. Make sure you secure it though, okay? And have a lot of fun. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Mwah.